Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Ace Attorney Investigations. Prosecutor, we're playing the second game, Prosecutor's Gambit, and we're on phase 3. The last time we played, we were in the latter stages. Well, we just started. Well, no, we were in the middle stages. We're starting the latter stages now. And, yeah, let's just hop right into it. The test results just come in, sir. Tracy's bookkeeping have been found in the teapot. They were? Like Mr. Edgeworth said. Curse you, you better not think this means repeat me. You really need to put a drop of this. You really need to drop this obsession of coming in first, Mr. Winter. We're all on the same side here, remember? I want you to get this truth. What? But first is best. Everyone knows it's better to be a winner than a loser. There's really no way for a prosecutor to think. Not a successful one, anyway. Enough. Mr. Edgeworth, please refrain from taunting the boy. Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention. But Gavelle? Oh, alright. I'm gonna take care of things here for now. In the meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim. Oh, yeah, good idea. I'll be right back. Excellent. Just see you shortly, then. Mr. Winter's annoying, but totally harmless. Judge Gavelle, on the other hand. Now... Miss Bell, perhaps you can explain why the pieces of victim are found in your teapot. I had no idea there was nothing in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I used. So you were telling the court you did not intentionally put your victim in the teapot? Yes, exactly. How would I? Except today, I had no idea that it could even be used to make poison gas.
Objection!
You're a trained actress, are you not, Miss Bound? I would have thought you would be a more convincing lawyer. What do you mean? You have access to Ultimate Cookbook, correct? A book that just happens to contain instructions on how to create the poison gas used in the attack. Meaning it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. You're very well informed, Edgeworth. Bound, as what Mr. Edgeworth said, true. The book does contain information on how to make poison gas, yes. The fact is I've seen it doesn't mean it makes me guilty. That's exactly how the gas is triggered. I can use the blowtorch to heat the lid up one of the display cases, thereby melting the victim. I see. But he locked himself in the room too, didn't he? Surely that and the fact that he triggered it himself wouldn't be a point to being a suicide attempt? So she's not willing to admit anything. Furthermore, where would I have gotten a hold of the Imposite Ultra? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you stole it. You know, I really wanted to meet Judy a week or so ago. That very evening, I noticed my Imposite Ultra had gone missing. Judy? Surely you didn't. Tell she. You carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There have been any number of opportunities for someone other than myself to steal it from you. That's true. And I don't have any hard evidence that definitely was misfound or stolen. Judes, clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you just come clean, We all know you would never hurt somebody for no reason, so... Not you too. You think I'm guilty as well, Mr. Fender? Do you blame me? You got one wing disguised as another, a guest trapped in one of the display cases. And you're a top carrier of the establishment. Looking a lot like you did it, kiddo. You've got this all wrong. You have to remember, the gallery doesn't have any security cameras, nor any security personnel. It's not well-intentioned person or other one to get in unaffected. I don't think we have much of a problem. Wow, you practically asked me to be burglarized. You need to be more careful. Great thief got a pillar in here. I don't think she's joking. Actually, it seems that Miss Gusto did, in fact, enter the gallery before it opened. Sheesh! She was gonna talk cookie. She's not budging an inch. Maybe it's a rock little technique Gregory taught me back in the day. What do you think that, baby? Hear me out. Everything's switched to what happened 18 years back, yeah? Since we're not getting anywhere by focusing only on here and now, maybe you ought to approach this from a different angle and look to the past for clues instead. A turnabout in thinking. That's my father used this method as well. Alright, let's run this for the old Thinkertron. How much was involved in what happened back then? I'm just bound, because of her that Miss Frost's slated ice sculptures melted. And yet, the sculptures are here in display at this very gallery today. It's possible that she... Thank you, Fender. I think you don't know to ask Miss Bound now. Don't thank me, thank your pops. Now take it away, Milesy. I'll grab the popcorn. Miss Bound, you said that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creation 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. And yet, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no? What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you're going to ask such questions, perhaps the problem with this money from Miss Bound might be best. Yes, perhaps it might. Let's know a little more about the Zodiac Hall, and about why Miss Bound decided to dedicate the space to Mr. Frost's work. Very well. Believed to be relevant to the case, I'll allow it. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent. And please, if you could give us some background on the Zodiac Hall and its pieces in display here. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Simpson's house back home back a while ago. Well, obviously this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. To that end, I collected as many Paul Holy pieces as I could from around the world, because if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open space dedicated to his work. Thank you for your testimony, Miss Bound. I wonder realize that you were able to fulfill your dream. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, everything seems entirely above board to me. Judge Gavelle, that was simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of this testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination. Spoken like the true attorney. Very well. You may do what you must.
Hold it!
18 years. I must have gone through a lot to buy it back from Miss Bound. This home, this place, such memories abound. I couldn't stand to lose what I had found. Simpson, I did what I had to. To see home was waiting here for you. How did you make it so easy? I'll say, I was within less from a trained triple threat performer. You could continue with your testimony, Miss Bound. Minus the singing, if you please.
Hold it!
You managed to go away by yourself, Miss Bound. Yes, well, we only opened today, so I haven't done much active managing yet, but I have to keep the managing going. Can't have it falling down around my ears. Simpson can come any day now, after all. I should really get the house back for him. I'm so sorry, Judy. Wish I could have done more. You've done plenty, Mr. Fender. Anyone could have done more, it's me. Even if the only thing I can do right now is keep the place open for Samson.
Hold it!
Holy. That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? Yes. He adopted that when he was working as a sculptor in France. I see. Here's to some of those pieces in your collection, more specifically. How are you able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures? I understand that Mr. Frost left before you can complete them. Yes, I was able to create the replicas for Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps we can go into some more detail on that.
Hold it!
Tell me more about this dream of yours, Miss Bound. Well, what I really wanted was to open a gallery with Simpson, of course. A gallery dance, a gallery song, a gallery gaiety and candy all day long. That was the idea, anyway. And here I thought ours would be appreciated in silence, not simply by musical numbers. Alas, Mr. Tangora seemed to turn guest against the edicts of the goddess of justice. And as such, that part of your dream may go permanently unfulfilled. No, he's innocent. That awful prosecutor refused to listen, but it's true. He never hurt anybody. Mr. Tangora gave a false confession in order to protect Miss Bound. The two of them really did what they could, protecting one another, didn't they?
Hold it!
These photos you mentioned, you mean the ones that you yourself took across the room 18 years ago? Yes. You certainly know about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. So the statues in Winter Wing were just copies. I didn't even get to see them before they melted. No. The portion in question were definitely not the replicas. Which means Miss Bound is lying. I know, it's such an awful shame. They have to be able to the trouble to recreate them too. The sculptures wondering aren't one replicas. They're the ones from the ones from 18 years ago. Maybe show her more of that, or else I'll never get into the truth. Would it be that?
Objection!
I'm afraid you've run out of road, Miss Bound. You can lie all you like, but you can't deny the results of the test conducted on the sculpture's remains. These results leave no room for ambiguity. She didn't display nor replicas. They were the very statues Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago. Ooh, I can probably help explain how they work. It out if you like, dear. The sugar, you see. Making sugar is sugar. The composition is really very unique. You could probably recreate the statues. With the sweet secret of their chemical makeup, no chance. Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. Put it simply, the statue didn't disappear back then because they melted. It's because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years. What? She had a pair of clever ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time? Took the most out of their attitude in the world, assuming you had a big enough icebox. Quiet, all of you. Miss Stone, have you anything to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much. Should I take that to mean you admit that having hidden the flavored ice sculptures in the question? No, I admit no such thing. You haven't proved that I was the one who took those statues away. You won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. Police were already here when they disappeared, but I have done it without them noticing. How indeed. I don't know yet exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I am indeed. I won't stop until I get the truth. I see. I better tell you exactly what I did that day, 19 years ago. The whole time before judging began, I was waiting for upstairs in our living area on standby. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. Before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later on, when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds in search of Peter while present. It was my assumption to go entering Frost's room. And those were my movements in the day all happened. Well, let's see how I could take issue with any of that. That's for us to decide, Miss Bound. You think there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm more focused on proving the fact that she didn't indeed steal the statues. Question is, when will she have time and opportunity to do so? Thinking homework, that might be able to prove what exactly she got up to.
Hold it!
And what were you doing while you were waiting? I was in my room practicing some dance routines. I was on a TV show called Bacon Bop with Samson, you see. Bacon Bop? What kind of show was it? It was a children's show. The two of them would sing and dance. They made a variety of sweets. Whoa, that sounds awesome. Hold the phone. Miles, you used to watch it? My father introduced me to it. May I watch an episode or two? So I was done past the time before the judging began by practicing her dance routines. This woman was done stole the sculptures. Not yet. I can't be in the moment she did it. Better listen carefully to what she says.
Hold it!
Were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but they able to move around more easily than contestants, yes. Even so, I could hardly have spirit to the ghost of the way while Simpson was sitting right there, could I? I ran straight off to the change the film as soon as they could ask me. I wouldn't have had the time. So choosing the film, the camera requested by Mr. Tangora. No.
Hold it!
You entered the room containing Mr. Tangora's work before bringing the camera back to him, correct? Yes. I heard the sound of something collapsing. Simpson? Are you in here? Ah! The sound of a chocolate chip falling over for a certain someone took a bite out of one of the supports. Mr. Tangora was filming Mr. room when he found the body. I'm fairly sure that was the case. He was judging each room in order, and he liked to take his time. So, the point is at which you discovered Mr. Frost's body.
Hold it!
Just what you did today. Yes. I'm running off with everyone working on investigation cup of tea. Present company included. I remember it well. You were there. Here, there, upstairs, downstairs. Everywhere with that little part of yours. Interesting. Anything struck you strange on that time? Oh yeah. Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and I think he mentioned his saucer was cold. His saucer was cold. This might be it. Right there, but I'm gonna hold off.
Hold it!
When exactly did you see Mr. Gusto enter the victim's room? So while your father and the others were investigating the room where the body was found. Gusto said he went in there to get back a photo of him and the Frost and the kids. Because he didn't want anyone to search anywhere they weren't together, right? Pretty sloppy for him to get spotted, though. Something like great thief material. I think Mr. Gusto could live with that, to be honest. Just the moment Mr. Gusto sunk into the Prosecutor room. What was the best one opportunity? You think a great thief like me would have an inkling, but I'm drawing a blank here. If you're gonna get to the bottom of this, you need to grill her harder. So get to it. Right behind you, big man. Alright. Oh, the teacups are a bit different. I don't. That's just the teapot.
Hold it!
Ooh. Yeah. Because... I mean, the sculptures are big, wasn't they? Yes, I believe this was when you stole the sculptures. It's contradict you, but... Knowledge and full disappointments when they're included. Saying if someone got the sculptures at Mr. Frost's room, I don't know his noses. That's precisely what I'm suggesting. This man stole these sculptures. She did by hiding it in here.
Take that!
My father and friend had no idea one of the sculptures were mere inches away from them. Because it wasn't just the tea set you were pushing around was found, but a hidden sculpture in the glass case.
Overruled.
Surely such thing would have been impossible. Why would a case of that size been on a servant cart? I've been spotted immediately.
Objection!
There's something about a servant cart. What? I'm trying to follow, Mr. Edgeworth. Please suggest we use instead. Suggesting that Miss Bond use this to just for the sculptures.
Take that!
And this is... The card Miss Bond used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. It appears that the very same card is still here with us in this fountain room. We realized he bought it for use in the contest. And you're saying that Miss Bond loaded Mr. Frost's sculptures under this cart and carried them off. I am. As you can imagine, all we don't need to do is lay it on the side, not tablecloth. Look exactly like the normal serving cart. Allow her to move like sculptures run freely. Kennedy. Holy moly, of course! That's why those hustlers are so chilly. They're sitting on let me go. They were sitting on a big buck, top of a big buck of ice. Shoot! How could you? Impressive. And again, you are Mr. Great Edward's son. She expected no less. Isn't the scrap evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now? And yet, no matter what I said or did, always be under class suspicion. So you admit it. You admit that you stole them from Miss Frost's room. Yes, I do. Took those sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. As Mr. Jordan quickly deduced, I dressed up to look part as a serving cart to do it. I slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room when I was going around serving tea to everybody. In the end, I moved on only the sculptures, but the flavored Zodiac blocks as well. Zodiac blocks? I think I've seen them for myself before. The Pleiades constellation, also known as Subaru. That's going to come in handy for anyone watching Season 4 of ReZero. It's incredibly heavy. Maybe not with it being hollow on the inside. Wondering was the exact replica of Mr. Fox from 18 years ago. Then even though my father never saw them because they had already melted, Psych Blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well. When I finished moving the two sculptures from the Psych Blocks out, I took two fresh empty cases in Mr. Frost's room and put them where the original two had been. Only the sculptures had been cut in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. I stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for butting all display materials, including cases. Meaning it would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spares to be swapped in. Mr. Frost would contain quite a few of the flavored icebergs in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting powder would look like it came from the sculptures. And I noticed how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the ring today. I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite a confession. Indeed. I think she offered so willingly because she knows nothing we can do about it. That's all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? What? How'd you figure that? Statute of limitations is gone. Oh my. I would have thought you might know at this least much given out a crime scene. Just you memorize the various statute of limitations outlined in this book. Statutes of what? Simply put, okay. Prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within they can put a subject on trial for a given crime. Take a close look, shall we? Theft only applies for 7 years? It's different for every crime. Murder 15 years, theft 7 years. Ah! Now, let me read more of that. I want to know. Oh, it's just these two. The statute is suspended should they flee the country. The statute is suspended from the time any public indictment to the end of their trial. Huh. Yes, I spent with the ice sculptures 18 years ago, so it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. I don't believe it. This is a serious matter. It involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. However, as you yourself pointed out, Miss Bond can no longer be prosecuted for a crime. Finding your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. You see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. From that body that reappeared 18 years ago to the theft to be considered can still be more interest. It's something that I also hid Mr. Frost's body. I am indeed. But how do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? By hiding it in a very usual way. But now this is interesting. You tell me that you know where the body's been all this time, Mr. Edgeworth. It's not such a big leap if you think about what's been its close already. Let's not just say it wasn't just failure right you moved from this costume back then. Very well. You're confident in this claim. Let's put the test. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? My guesses are either the Winter Wing. Yeah, Winter Wing or the card thing again. A photograph of Mr. Frost's works. I know the victim's body, Your Honor. You have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. There's something in this photograph of Mr. Frost's body. Victim's body is heading right here. The cloud could work, or it's Gemini.
Take that!
The Gemini sculpture? Yes, may look like a sculpture at first glance. It was infected for Frost's corpse. What? Surely you can't be serious. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim.
Objection!
That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. The piece of evidence is why would that be? The ornament you present was used to conceal the body.
Take that!
One of the plus from the long wing? Yeah, it's made a glow just in the right way. It's just so visually convincing you might miss your eyes. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Oh, yes, dear. We can make it look like just about anything, really. Blazing fire. The right shade of blue would make it look like yes, yes. Exactly like it, in fact.
Overruled!
Isn't that the case that a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, though?
Objection!
Here, take a look at the photograph of the Winter Wing, Your Honor. You'll notice there is a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. Gumshoe even confirmed its presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the coffin inside the display case, which means Miss Band had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. So you see, this cloth and light-emitting device were being used to try the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was in fact a statue carved from ice. That's kind of insane. Not gonna hold you. Wait, you should tell me that we took the photo of us in the Winter Wing. Yes, we were in front of the body. But the body and the cloth were both recovered from the phone. How were they found there if the body was supposed to be in the Winter Wing? It's because of the sculpture.
Objection!
Because there'll be no mystery of how the body would have been hidden if we kind of as is. Miss Bannon needs to remove the Mr. Frost's ring in order to throw us off the scent.
Overruled!
Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No, she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. Her special lift carts. The same part that could be so useful in executing the original theft. Huh? Ah. I believe she wheeled down the body into one of the other wings and floated it down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way, which is why only the cloth appeared at first. The cloth Miss Scone discovered, and then the body followed afterwards once it had thawed enough. It's an ingenious theory, Miss Edgeworth, but can you prove that it was me? Seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations of proof, don't you think? But I'm an eyewitness. Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a matter of fact, I do. Contradiction in the piece of evidence I was provided will shed light on exactly how Miss Band moved the body as well. Stretchworth, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Of course. I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. Then please present it to the court. I don't see you have that proves Miss Band actually as you claimed. Ah!
Take that!
More drawings. And is that me? Yes. Mr. Butch drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. What I'm interested in is the cart we can see here. Miss Ben's serving cart. What about it? You don't see it. She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. There we go. We know Miss Ben was busy moving the cross body when this picture was being drawn. What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then let me direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth was found. I originally thought Mr. Butts had made an error, but he assured me that he possibly couldn't be the case. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, That shade of tablecloth was found doesn't seem to own. The tablecloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. What? But the shape of the card is perfectly rectangular. Just the one I would expect. Surely it would be immediately obvious if the tablecloth was being draped directly over the body.
Objection!
Not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the window wing. Placed one of those on the left cart. It easily passed muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Gods of justice. Misbound. Well, now you must admit that it was you who moved the body, just as you did 18 years ago. I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a simple sketch. That sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? You needn't worry on that front. My case doesn't rest solely on Mr. Busket's artwork. Once you dispose of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more. Which is exactly what you discovered here in the fountain room. Within our serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. My chocolates? The ones I was handing out. As we saw them in the sketch, you readily placed them on top of the cart. The chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Oh yeah! How was that filtered? They're still super sweet and tasty though. How did you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? It's because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on. That's why. One moment, please. You've explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates in the lift cart. But about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed. Stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the installation she could think of. Though Miss Bound had the time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Mr. Edgeworth? Do you have an answer for me? Miss Bound didn't hide or dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us. What exactly the tablecloth Miss Bound used to hide the body? It's on her. She's holding it. Miss Bound has the tablecloth in her person. And in plain view, in fact. In plain view? No. Really you don't mean... Miss Bound. It's the cloth around your waist, isn't it? Given that the zodiac blocks weren't kept in glass cases, the cloth could have been in direct contact with the ice. All we need to do is confirm my theories to the cloth for traces of sugar used in Miss Cross work. The game is up, Miss Bound. It's time to come clean. Huh? You wanted to test the tablecloth. Everything you said is true. I stole delicious and pesticide ultra. I moved Mr. Frost's body. It was me. It was all me. Alicia. I'm so sorry. Last week I went to your bag and I took it. And then put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had done it to do himself in. Let's make sure that leaving nothing else but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy! You! Oh gosh. But Jude, why? Weren't we supposed to be on the same side? We'll fight together to free Samson? We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I finally proven that Samson is innocent. I always plan to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but... Why do it this way, though? It's not like you. I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I've caused you so much trouble. I've been the guilty party all along, ever since that day 18 years ago. You're trying to tell us that the true culprit in the IS-7 incident was you. I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures, and I stole them purely for selfish reasons. The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entities in a confessionary contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artist. I couldn't allow them to just melt away. Not before he came home. That meant I couldn't let anyone near them. Not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in the close room for safekeeping. What I actually had done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? So she didn't know the body when she stole the sculptures. Samson is a kind man, a saint. He could never kill anybody. Never! And yet, because of what I did, he's never found the Mr. Frost's body. And Samson was found guilty. After all he had done for me, he was my family. The only family I ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me. And I... Choose. After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago. And I did. Went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures. That's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body. He had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, his limitations had expired. So I did what I did today, because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. Seems I've misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has been for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Hey, what are you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Something's been puzzling me. But I misfound use poison gas, but a more reliable method. And why disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was there 18 years ago. Yeah. And what she had in mind. She was trying to prove that Mr. Tangora is innocent. His found ultimate goal must be to... She had been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit. Miss Bound. Notice my aim was to see Mr. Tangora cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had exposed the real killer, and the police found the body from 18 years ago. My understanding of your intentions correct. Exhibiting the sculptures was to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from me that knew that the body was hidden in the icework. So they would have freaked out thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah? Exactly. Miss Pound ran the risk that the killer was missing cover the tracks this time. Worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk? Oh, I see what you're getting at. That's why the wing was all country-wiggy. I am. You were betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case who had so carefully disguised as the Gemini case would be the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident. No. That would mean the real killer was... Enough. Not another word. Do you realize the implication of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Try to stand behind that accusation you were clearly about to make. Response to the trap from Mr. Frost's killer. Meaning whoever found themselves upon the trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. But without the evidence to support such an accurate assertion, to accuse someone for any evidence is to not be done lightly, so... Should I really go ahead and make my accusation and name Mr. Frost's killer nonetheless? Yes. My goal is to see the truth exposed. To do that, you have to seize the moment. Yes, Judge Gavelle, I'm prepared to stand behind my accusation. Basically, who was to blame for the IS-7 incident?
Take that!
Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack is the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident. Gusty? Mr. Gusto. Miss Bound, as we've established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would learn the real culprit. And you set the poison gas trap in order to catch them. These business facts thus far. You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth. Just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. And perhaps you can tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Of course, nothing to hide anymore, so I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. The door we opened, I made sure the door to the autumn was only when that was unlocked. When opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors of various rooms, and found that the autumn could have been locked from the inside. The killer was on the other side of the door. The thought, well, it frightened me. And then she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to a poison gas trap. When I heard Mr. Gusto was being treated for the gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. Although I was left with the place to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Simpson would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan. Choose. Why didn't you tell me? You know I'm always here for you, right? Could have found another way. Didn't have to be like this. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. But I'm not the one who created this mess. But I'm the one who created this mess, so it's up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took, as long as I can get something out of that awful place. Judy, Judy, Judy. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. I went to them now instead of it reappeared. I was afraid they might try to cover things up again. So I to set up a very public incident here in the gallery, in front of as many witnesses as possible. I'm so sorry, Judy. You, Samson, Gregory, put you all down. Pender, this can't be easy for him. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, but one day you can forgive me. Whatever punishment I may have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, so you simply must clear Samson's name. For the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet, it only set us down the path towards an even more shocking end. The committee's view. Fuck the committee. Miss Bounds, are you feeling a little calmer now? Yes. Good. Let me get to the point. Regardless of your intentions, you broke the law. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, I understand that you did what you did in order to prove Mr. Tangora's innocence. Therefore, if the real culprit really is someone else, then we have to reinvestigate the case.
Overruled.
There's nothing to suggest anything nefarious that took place in the official IS-7 incident records. And right now, there's nothing to suggest that we should take Miss Bounds at her word either. So our first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us. Miss Bounds herself.
Objection!
Official orders cannot always be trusted, Judge Gavelle, especially since there are those prosecutors who think nothing about twisting the facts.
Overruled.
She doesn't think the committee at the time overlooked such a prosecutor. That's for you and your people to figure out. However, it is the fact that the officer report was faked. Seeing as Mr. Frost's body was only found just now. Could like something of Mr. Von Karma and you, Mr. Edgeworth? How so exactly? By continually defying the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your needs. That's how. Perhaps this time you understand how committee sees this case. How dare you call me him? The committee is willing to accept Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangora convicted as accomplice. First, they have come to believe that the real culprit behind the accident is found. The plans of poison chemistry yesterday was perhaps to frame for Mr. Frost's murder. And this is how the committee sees things, is it? It is. As always, I excel in the service of the law and order. Something like all she's doing is acting in our service of the committee and covering up the truth. If I can't change her mind, there will be no saving Mr. Gora or Miss Bound.
Hold it!
If you accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified the report, you want to reinvestigate the case. The goddess of justice is never wrong. Her verdict remains true. By Mr. Von Karma.
Objection!
So Mr. Von Karma's the main allegations. Despite blatant evidence tampering, you sure your predecessor's goddess is into that? Almost make you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting this looked into again. Further investigation is simply unnecessary since the goddess of justice has already spoken. It's alright.
Hold it!
I believe in confession that sealed Mr. Tagora's fate in the end. Confession secured by Mr. Von Karma, which should surely cast down the final virtue itself.
Overruled!
Simpson Tangora confessed to the initial investigation officer, one Detective Ian Sideman. Official records state that it was his interrogation that led to the conviction. Therefore, all I can say to you is the goddess of justice has already spoken. Unbelievable. She just won't budge at all. Are these committee guys really that big of a deal? In many ways, they are the prosecutor's worst nightmare. So kind of like how the police are to a great thief, huh? Funny how you don't seem to have a problem with working with the policeman that suits you, though.
Hold it!
You should suggesting that Mr. and Gordon is bound to kill this cross together. Why not? You can even imagine they split their roles butts. Mr. Girl could have been the one to commit the murder itself. What's bound was in with the body. What? The thought that we would ever kill Mr. Frost. You've still corpse and hid for 18 years. Is it really so surprising that you might be considered a suspect as a result? Miss Burnett has freely confessed all her crimes. Now it's not the time to speculate what else we should have done in the past. Very well. Let's just know what we did, what she did in the present.
Hold it!
Mommy was bound to have chosen to frame Mr. Guts for the murder. Not because she convicted her out of being the real culprit. He may have entered what he thought was the one who went, to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. Little did they know that he would be greeted by a trap to send to silence him. That's what that nearly worked. Do you have any evidence to support that line of quiet reasoning? Fortunately, Mr. Gus remains in critical condition. It will be difficult to prove anything until he regains consciousness. In other words, there's little we can do for now. On the contrary, there's plenty we can do. You still have nothing to grasp the situation, have you? Let me spell out for you.
Hold it!
Oh, okay, hold on. We have all the evidence we need to explain the both IS-7 incident and the Poison Gets attack. All the evidence we need. In the murder of the IS-7 incident, we have a body, a murder weapon, and 2 suspects. As for the Poison Gets attack, we have the sources of the 2 chemicals and a response confession. As for Miles Edgeworth, we also have enough evidence to see that you yourself would have the answers to the committee in the formal hearing. Whoa, that doesn't sound good. Don't worry, Mazarino. Nothing else. You're always more than welcome at Edgeworth and Co. Your Honor, I would really appreciate if you could stay close to the matter at hand. Of course. Now where was I?
Hold it!
You really mean to assert that there is no loose ends left in this case? Not at all. All the evidence has been examined at length, and there's nothing more that we learned from them. Therefore, I see no need to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant, Miss Judy, bound. Your Honor, sure there's something still needs to be examined. The hammers of the fall, Miss Edgeworth. Only Harvest can stop it now. Something you think requires further deliberation now. Something really isn't anything left, that is. This isn't over yet, not by a long shot. Still one that we don't have answer to. It's up to me to point out to Judy Gavelle. The blowtorch is my biggest thing.
Objection! Objection!
Okay, that one's different. It means one of these two is probably correct. What if it's a spot right here?
Objection!
No. That's cool. Still no? Salt, sugar, blood.
Objection!
Oh, that was the answer. I'm afraid there still is one question concerning the IS evidence that remains unanswered, Your Honor. Would you mind taking a look at this? What is it? Their test results carried out on the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the window wing. As you can see, traces of blood were detected. The question is, whose? So that question is answered. How do you think you can send out all the evidence? There's blood in the Gemini case. Why did I hear this from Eustace? Because it took him to inform me of the results directly. I was planning on telling Mr. Winter about it myself, of course. You kept this to yourself until now. So I have no jurisdiction here whatsoever. Mark my words. Committee will hear all what you've done here today. As ever, my interest is in the truth. The mistakes are made in the past, they must be rectified. You must report me to the committee, then so be it. In return, we must be allowed to investigate this case to the very end. But it's time a decision to make. You need to discuss it with Eustace. Guess who's back, losers? It was good news, too. It was a close call for a minute there, but Carmelo Gusto is alive. Gusto. He made it. Are you good at this now? You're the ones who found me. Yep. Long time no see, Gusto. You're the attorney's assistant. You've grown, and you have an assistant of your own now. Assistant? No, I'm... He hasn't got the gig just yet. This is Gregorio's son. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service. Faithfulness in mysterious ways. I'm in your debt. Didn't find me in time, I wouldn't be here to thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be to ask you what really happened 10 years ago. Huh? What are you talking about? We figured out quite a bit while you were out cold, including the fact that you're probably the guy who offed poor Artie Cross. What? Is that true? This found set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murderer. A trap that involved rigging the Pisces case of poison gas. Perhaps in light of that fact, you could tell us in your own words what happened back then. Perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent. Oh, it's not that. Because you're the fan of the old meditation. You know, Om and all that jazz. Wow, sleeping while standing seems pretty cool. Just want to have a good time. So there's no sleeping involved in meditation, okay? Hey, Gusto, pal. Why don't you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back then? I was caught in the girl's traps. That must be the killer. What's your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here. Did you warn Mr. Gusto? There's no evidence that you have done anything wrong yet. Richard and Hunter are merely speculating. Rest assured they have no authority here, and they pay them no heed. At least somebody seems to be on my side. Judge Verdi Gavelle, with pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I'll assist you in any way you may require. Perhaps you can begin by explaining what actually went to happen 18 years ago, Mr. Edgeworth? Huh. You want me to prove that I'm innocent, Mr. Prosecutor? I'll be happy to.
Objection!
So that's how you mean to play it, Judge Gavelle. You're hoping Mr. Gustavo will help you hide what happened instead of trying to click the record. Leaving only the infallible judgment of the goddess of justice. Considers us humans who make the actual judgment in the court of law. So as long as there are those who would use the law to their advantage, our rulings are infallible indeed. You'd use your position to further obscure the truth, and later I will forgive you. We shall see about that. Be advised, Judge Gavelle. It would seem that you are under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas. Specifically by opening the Pisces case lid. Please will kind of share as why with us. Understood. Came to see Frost's sculptures. Simple as that. Made a mistake with the opening times, and arrived half an hour early. Miss Bounds, was there no one at the reception desk at that time? I had the main entrance unguarded and locked, just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up until the gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. But, to make sure that all the wings were locked up tight, all except for the auto wing, that is. I see. She did all that to assist her into the auto wing, which is precisely where Miss Gustavo went. Sneaking into a building is pretty suspicious, however you slice it. Someone's in the courtroom. I'll commit no inventions unless there's something evidence that witness is lying. The courtroom? This isn't our guy, right? Mr. Gusto. Can you please continue by explaining why you opened up Pixie's case? I want to see Frost work up close. So I went up to the Gemini. Sorry, guess it was the Pisces statue. And I saw the lid was frozen tight. So I grabbed the blowtorch nearby and I tried to open. When I felt like I got it open, gas came pouring out. Fascinating. This is the false testimony that attorneys only dream of. Yeah, everything sounds like a lie kind. I am not too satisfied with this situation myself. Alas, there's no evidence that refute it. Come on, there must be something. It's Helen's story you should be questioning, not mine. I'm not the one who set up the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with that thing.
Objection!
She turned on the sprinkler as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you knew that self-confessed criminal. Miss Brown is far from blameless in this affair. She will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost's killer. You seem determined to finish Frost's murder on me. I have no reason to kill him. You've no evidence to prove otherwise. Can we really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth? Sure does feel victim poison gas. That much is indisputable. Yet no matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing about the past. Yeah, but what about you, Mr. Fender? There's be something we can do. You're right. We may not have the evidence. We have plenty of intel. Let's see now. Gusto killed Frost, and he must have a reason. He claims to have a motive, but can't really be true, can it? He did it. He has won. Not many people commit murders for fun. In fact, your old man had a little back that tore up with a fun from about a probable motive too, remember? How can you say with any possible certainty? The relationship had broken down for some reason. It could really have been the motive behind this murder. Von Karma wouldn't let us talk to Gusto back then. We can now. We can put the pieces together. The picture we got looking for might be just emerge. Yes, I think you might be right. I do think back over everything we know about the AA7 incident. Especially the questions I never got answered. The finger marks? Were you able to one more in gloves? I still denied the finger marks on the frame was hers. But they were Mr. Gusto's. Perhaps he had one of the to look for the ultimate clipper himself. So it's me to go buy a new cartridge. You seem to think there should have been more shots than looking there were. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected. Yes, the number of shots you took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. Oh. Maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way. My father knows these things for a reason. He's like piecing them together correctly. Absence of evidence, it's only the way it's true. Ooh. He took pictures of the cookbook. Photographing the cookbook's contents would be the perfect way to steal its secrets undetected. What if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if he used Mr. Integro's camera to photograph the group? That'd be the perfect crime. If not, then stealing up and getting chased by the cops. A sneaky snapshot or two on it, huh? That could work. Only question is, when will you have done it? Good question. What about during afternoon tea? Didn't Lucia say that Gusto and Fawcett missed out on the little tea party they had? Into the next question. I don't even know for certain Mr. Fawcett was still alive. After the contest began, no one saw hide nor hair of Frost as he secluded himself in his room. The only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangora, possessing it as he did the only key. Miss Scown, were Tangora works the only ones you sampled? No, dear. Couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed out the Chilling's room for a little taste, too. Mr. Frost had kept to himself inside his room after the contest had started, but he was gone by the time Miss Scown slept into the sample's work. And there's a good chance he was murdered before the end of the afternoon tea. Mr. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to work for the contest together, did you not? Huh? So you know my little secret. Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the designs, while you were in charge of the flavor. Is that correct? What can I say? It's a long way to travel on the road to becoming a master confectioner. We only collaborated up into the semi-final. Something changed after that. We both wanted to show what we can do, but we were better than Tangora.
Objection!
Then why did you help Mr. Prosperous entry for the final? What grants you to say that? Your own statement made to Miss Fun Karma 18 years ago. You told him that you had been working together right up to the day before the final. Mr. Frost entered his car from box of flavored ice. Ice would have needed at least a day to freeze. And whose flavors would have therefore already been prepared with Mr. Gusto? This was lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why did Mr. Frost appreciate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
Objection!
I can hardly be to me the right to the dead. So, why did Mr. Frost help you in return, Some of the relationship broke down for some reason, and that became the basis of your motive for murder. That's not how it was. Sure, we stopped working together, but it was all perfectly friendly. You stopped working together in a friendly way. Not hard to imagine, but okay. Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I just scrolled in the 10 girls and killed Frost? Couldn't have put the man while the 10 girls they're working on chocolate pieces, could I? So you see, couldn't have been me. I wouldn't be so sure. Must be a window of time when Tangora wasn't in this room. I can prove that. I can prove Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. I can prove that. I can prove that Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. Frost. You can be sure that Mr. Frost was alive until the beginning of afternoon tea, making tea time the only window during which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. You simply Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Edgeworth. Sadly, I'm afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied. Things are finally starting to become clear, and the truth will soon come to light at last. You say that you have uncovered new evidence? Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up about it instead. Oh, is it mind games time again? It is. Mr. Gusto, I have a question for you. I said I have a question for you. What is it? You chose to make your entry for the final on your own. Told you. I wanted to test myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world.
Objection!
If that were the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. So tell me, Mr. Gusto, why did you feel the need to team up Mr. Frost? "18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in the confectionery contest. But why did they work together, and why did they enter the contest in the first place? That's information I need to get out of my own opponent somehow. Mr. Gusto has a habit of pretending to be asleep when things aren't going his way. Let's start by focusing on why he does it with Mr. Frost. Got my hands, now's the time to get the truth that was buried all those years ago. Mr. Gustav, I'm inspired to collaborate with Mr. Frost. During acquaintances before we were peasants, interested in entering the contest, we decided to sum together. You're interested in the prep with a sculptor has nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills. You don't know me. We joined forces, we wanted to make the perfect creation possible, that's all. I'll expose your lies and Mr. Gustav, it's only a matter of time. Frost and I were in the same grade at school, so we got along pretty well too. Oh, so you were two friends who happened to try the title. Oh, so you're just two friends who happen to try for the title of World's Greatest Confectioner. Pretending to be asleep when the going gets rough won't work on me, I'm afraid. Mr. Frost was a sculptor, Mr. Gustav. I doubt he cared much about winning a title for confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in the contest, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Fine. It was me. I wanted that title. Frost was only in it for the prize. It's my cookbook. I see. It says your objectives dovetailed so neatly, you did the work together. But then something happened. A breakdown in your relationship, perhaps? If so, I want to know why. Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell with my brush of death. Push me too hard. And I'll be back on my way to the medical room. No, wait. Then you better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerously low on patience. Mr. Gustav is trying to make his escape. He's not going anywhere. And as long as he's still keeping things from me, let's figure out what he was really after next. There's no time to lose. I need the right line of questioning and fast. You two had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure the words title of World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much. My interest in the way of the confectioner. My goal, my only goal, was to win that title. I didn't care about anything else. I have no idea how much it would meant to me. Look, my sense of design may not have been up and stuff back then. You should see me now. Huh? It's even improved. You bet I have. I didn't do all that training in zinc for nothing. No. Double bite. Well, I looked up to him, you know. Spent hours pouring over his designs of his work. Even used to watch his show with my son. Seems like Mr. Tengoro's work was especially influential in your early studies. In this recipe book, I believe he may become his best someday. Maybe. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that. Any confectioner would have wanted it. So you think that your only goal was to win the title, yet you also seem to have an interest in the Conscious Pies, the ultimate cookbook. The collection of recipes for the world's greatest confectioner. Can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. Even if I did. What exactly is so wrong with that? Nothing, I suppose. Only that the book contained recipes for medicines, not desserts. Everyone who entered the confection puzzlingly knew that. I feel like I'm calling him somewhere. Can't let him slip from my grasp now. Just need to stay calm and keep the pressure on. Let's just find out why he wanted the cookbook. You know how bad the cookbook really was? My question is that. It was a collection of Tengoro's recipes. There wasn't a confectioner in the world who wouldn't want to get their hands on it. I don't have a clue to help you. Okay. So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help you win your own creations. What else? A cookbook that could have improved my craft tenfold. Could have made a lot of money if we sold it. I don't know how much was actually worth in there. But it was worth more than the money, I tell you that. Come on, Mr. Gustav. I think you know more than ultimate cookbook than you claim. It so slow about it at the start of the contest. Then you know that what kind of recipes it actually contained, don't you? And they weren't dessert recipes at all. So you did your homework. Fine, so you know what was really in there. What's my cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give it its proper title? Collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize medicines no matter ever heard of. So he did know the cookbook as contained recipes for medicines. This could be an important clue. Your designs may have improved the exterior of turning in Zing Fa, but you clearly did not do enough work in your skills of deception. You already admitted that you knew that the Ultimate Cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicines. Thereby making your interest not gastronomical, but pharmaceutical in nature. Your confession, Mr. Gustav. You had no professional interest in revolutionary medicines, which suggests that your interest must have been personal. I imitated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest. I needed one of the recipes in that book. It's for my son. He was sick. He was? Tell me more. That's none of your business. I'll tell you about what you need to know. He looks rattled. But I can't let him off the hook. Let's find out what this mystery illness was. Was it like a tasting? Almost got to the bottom of this. I can feel it. Just a few more moves. Tell me a little about your son. He was my pride and joy, my biggest fan. You entered the contest in order to help him. You could have gone on your own. Any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help him. Anything. You would have come see me here at the contest, wouldn't you? Too. After the semifinal. Really? You didn't get in the way of your work. You were trying to beat Samson's and Gordon. Really didn't have time to look after a child. Yeah, well, I wanted to do what I could for him. He said he wanted to always be the first to try my creations. You said your son was sick, Mr. Gustav. Yeah, he was able to come and join you for the contest. It wasn't that kind of illness. Didn't look threatening anyway. This is gonna be an important clue. So you need the cookbook to cure your son. Yeah, nowadays you can get the medicine you need anywhere. But back then, that book was our only hope. Which is why I didn't dare waste my time on fancy tea parties. I gave my all with my work. What about Mr. Tengora's work? Surely that tea break gave you the perfect opportunity to go steal a glance at it. Unless you think I have the energy or time to care about what it's made. I'm still recovering. I messed up there. I think you've made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tengora's work. What's more, if you were that determined to win the cookbook, I seriously doubt you would have passed up on a chance to pick up your competitor's entries. Had plenty of chances to rep the contest to see me take my rival's work, you know. But each time I did, nothing seemed to have any flavor. Must have been nerves or something. Oh god, he also had the condition. Nothing Mr. Gusto tasted any flavor. Seems like to be an important clue. Can you tell me the name of the disease your son had suffered from? You're real close customers for Prosecutor. Is it not that you're seriously ill? Why would you force me to tell you more? You've already shared with me that your son's illness wasn't life-threatening. So why are you so reluctant to share any further details? It may not have been life-threatening, that doesn't mean it wasn't life-altering. I see. It must have been very hard on both of you. Of course it was. That's why I did everything to find a cure. We were desperate. He couldn't taste anything, not even his favorite desserts. As I understand it, the Ultimate Cookbook contains the recipe for a very particular medication, one that Mr. Tenora used to cure himself of his own taste disorder. So he had it too. Two, you say? So your son has a taste disorder then, am I correct? How did I let that slip? You've been asking me to believe that you needed the winning cookbook in order to cure your son. Was that really the case? Of course it was. What are you saying? Saying that I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you've told me. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. It isn't easy not being able to enjoy your food. You should know. After all, you just told me you experienced something like that during the contest. You said nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those are yours, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder. Infection without a sense of taste. Not exactly ideal. You're sure it wasn't after your own condition you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto? I've had enough of your speculations. I just find that contest. Maybe I'm with injuries, no problem. Sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting yourself on testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost worked together during the contest. Just like to come you did it all on your own now. You would have us believe that you were a man of principle, a dedicated student of confectioner's art. You abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. Also, you could cure your own taste disorder. You got me, Mr. Prosecutor. As you said, my sense of taste was shot. My son's was fine. Kept it in for so long. 18 years and nobody knew. Sadly, you can lie to others, but you can't to me. Plus, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entered the contest, hoping to obtain the ultimate cookbook. For the medicine that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder, and the money I'd bring for Mr. Frost. Thus, an uneasy alliance was forged. And that, I believe, is checkmate. Ooh, I get a part back from that, too. I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody what this, but you figured it all anyway. It's true. 8 years ago, I developed Agusa. What's Agusa? It's a taste disorder that makes it so that you can't taste anything at all. Confectioner's worst nightmare. Mr. Offender, Mr. Ngora had it as well. No, look at how they call it dissociative taste disorder. Basically, some things he could taste just fine, while others had no flavor at all. So he suffered too. Can't have been easy. Not when there was no way to cure it on the market. Which is why you needed Mr. Ngora's cookbook. Do you even know that there was a real reason you entered the contest? That's my only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted the title. If I'm onto something, it gets done. I don't lose to anybody. May I have been able to taste it then, but I still knew myself was good enough to win. Well, so you went to the final thinking you stood a good chance of winning. Of course. What was it that Miss Finch said about Mr. Ngora thought of Mr. Gusto's creations? Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, placing up to the semi-final. Disappointingly, his entries for the final was subpar on both counts. We were told that your entry for the final was far from the prize-winning taste sensation you described. What happened, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? Fine. I'm gonna talk, I'll talk. We're not gonna like what I have to say. Frost and I were working together and through the semi-final. He handled the flavor, he did the designing. I wanted to face Ngora in the final on my own. No help, just me and my skills. So I have processed his entry, but mine I did alone. I didn't taste it in the final. That's on me. What can I say? I like the training. And that's all there is to it. Happy now? There don't seem to be any obvious contradictions in his testimony. Yep, not that I thought it'd be easy to get anything real out of him. He's managed to not let slip what really happened for 18 years after all. Why don't you try pushing him a bit, Miles, you know? See if you can't shake something loose. I think I might just have to, Fender.
Hold it!
Frost was in charge of designing the work you both submitted while you handled the taste. Yeah, he was a sculptor, a craftsman. His sense of design was second to none. But he was close about confectionery, which is where I came in. We did each other well as they couldn't. And boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetics. Playing for the sample stock. Look at me now. Huh, national symbols in car. Oh yeah, it's a phoenix. That's awesome. I'll say. Pretty different to the stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago. Behold, it was my training. I dedicated my whole life to my craft. Back then, but we believed in each other's help, so we joined hands until the final.
Hold it!
You were serious about winning the title then? Of course. That perfection is my life. Well, no one of them can become the greatest. But I still had a lot to learn back then. Guess it's not surprising the work wasn't up to scratch. But the title was not the only thing you wanted. There was the cookbook too. You wanted the cookbook even more than you wanted the title. Isn't that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are badgering a witness who was suffering a Hexotase's attack. Can't allow this harassment to continue. I understand, Your Honor, but ignore him, Gusto. You need to answer that the vile prosecutor's question. But please do continue testimony in your own time.
Hold it!
So you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? But he helped you up until then, correct? It's a bit strange for him to stop the late in the contest, no? Strange or not, it's the truth. Could be other reasons too. I wouldn't know. If he's lying, it's gonna be a heck proof. 18 years is a long time. Unless that gizmo of yours is a built-in light, okay? If I did, I'd have someone to show for Mr. Edgeworth long for now. Don't worry, Thunder. I can tell when he's lying. No Dohi's assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto, continue your testimony.
Hold it!
And yet, I heard your questions prior to the final were scored cauliflower flavor. What wrong? Was some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. It was... I told you, I had a taste disorder. My sense of taste failed me. Simple as that. Mr. Frost and Truce complimented on its flavor. Your sense hadn't failed you then. Something happened overnight. I don't think he's going to spoil any more beans, Mr. Edgeworth. I should ask him about something else. Something changed between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto. Not really.
Hold it!
The only difference between the semi-final and the final was that Frost wasn't helping me. So you really completed your final entry without Mr. Frost help. I may not have his designs Leon, but I knew that I was still solid and keep the flavor. So the visuals were the only thing that changed between the semi-final and the final. You sure, Gusto, pal? I'm going to have to call you out on that one, I'm afraid. It wasn't just his looks that got a big thumbs down at the judgment time. He got trash in his flavor, too. Doesn't sound much like a winner to me. Despite his confidence, Mr. Gusto failed in flavor, too. Like the Mr. Frost assistant shouldn't have that. It's just some other difference. An ancient mystery. Key to unraveling is definitely my grasp. Just need to remember everything that Mr. Fender told me about my father discovered. His kid was gone.
Objection!
I can think of one significant difference between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto. Your son. This is him in the photograph, correct? You told me he was here with you through the semi-final. He was? What of it? But indeed, he was here for you up until the semi-final, so he suddenly wasn't for the final. And just suddenly, your work went from being lauded for its flavors from molested to being lambasted for it. I don't think there's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father. He was playing a much more pivotal role than that. Just wanted him to see me hard at work. Show him I was trying my best for us. Who knows? Maybe it was him being here that helped me do some of those early rounds. He talks a good game. Nothing that this guy says super dead to me. Indeed. Thankfully, we would only have to give such ideal credence if this were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Mr. Gusto prided himself in this flavor as patient, then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards of cleanliness and loss and less. I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on, but that wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor. Why not try itching for yourself for a change? What was an elementary school kid doing here other than to support his father? Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, imagine, Mr. Gusto. He's my biggest fan, of course he knew it. In which case, he would have been a good judge of your whether something tastes on brand, so to speak, no? What are you implying? You already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder. I'll admit it, you're good. I never told anybody about this, but you figured it all anyway. True. I do like a goose here. No one knew about your condition. Indeed. I thought Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue covering with you had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure that Christians tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by tasting your work. Hey, that all makes sense. Frost stuff isn't good because it really was finished the day before the kid was still here. You have a very vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. Would you seriously think I would trust a kid to tell me how to just by tasting my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know, even back then. Did you know? My designs made on them, and I have not been much to write home back then. But I always knew my taste for it. I always knew my work was better than anyone else's. I think I'd risk everything by putting my reputation on the hands of a child. This is just more expectation. That's all it is. In that case, I just with your son this instant. Let's see how much your story you can collaborate. Silly for you. My son is no longer my concern. What? As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight back to saying my training. And cut off all ties with the kid for good. What? You abandoned your own child? And I attacked it. No one knows where he is even now. The cops have looked all over for him, but no dice. So still think you can prove your assigned theory. Good to see you try. Think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. Got my sense of taste back. What do I have for a son? That is insane to say. Silence in the courtroom. While Mr. Gusto's words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part, the goddess of justice cannot judge him for that. Before Mr. Edgeworth, it's time for you to give me a defeat. Yeah, give it up. 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now. Proof or otherwise. Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something. If we don't, the truth might be lost forever. Or are you, Detective Gumshoe? Can't imagine who it possibly could be, but I'll get this right away, sir. Please do, Detective. It's the last piece of puzzle, I'm sure of it. Once we know whose blood it is. Hey, Miles. Sorry to cut you in the mind palace time, but I was pondering something myself. And Gusto didn't come here just to check up on the body, did he? You mean because he tried to open the case? Exactamundo. Maybe anything that might explain why he tried to do that. We might. Detective Gunch can make it back in time with certain piece of evidence. It's quite enough idle chatter, defense. Now if you... Sure, should I keep you waiting? Speak of the devil. Taking out the test results, Detective. Yes, sir. The lab go back to me. Detective, please. Court is in session. Now then, am I right to assume that you are bringing this evidence material I was just speaking of? What? Hey, no fair! Why didn't you tell me about any of this? It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What in the... Why is everyone always helping you? How's the people in charge here? Mr. Winner, I'm sorry I didn't involve you. This is important. Can you hear what this has to say? Well, alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, what is this to tell us? You're not gonna believe this, but owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the German cases, Corral Augusto, the victim of the poison gas attack. What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, Looks like my suspicions were correct. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. What do you mean? Explain yourself. What's the significance of this blood to this case? It's only the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident has been trying to... It's only the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as finding your bloodline next to the Prosecutor's body.
Overruled.
But why would there be traces of your blood there of all places, Mr. Gusto? You won't enter her honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood and liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too. There were. And if you remember, one particular part of the Mr. Prosecutor was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh yeah. You're talking about the Delicia told us... You know what? You're talking about what Delicia told us back then, right? What was it again? Did they ever? I've never tried ice is so scrumptious in my whole life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. A salty bit? It's in the other photo you got there. This bit, the harpy thing. Gemini's liar. Yes, the liar, and only the liar, tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in the Mr. Frost entry. Very interesting. Perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt and the liar come from? Ha! I hear a knock banging on the floor somewhere. Let me get here. Give me a second. I'm back. I got my answer. Where did the salt and the liar come from? So you had flavored ice. There's blood. The salt lamps.
Take that.
This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident. Indeed. I believe this is the salt that gave the lamp its flavor came from just a lamp. Mr. Montgomery had established that both the salt lamps were in tin girls' room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost. And it was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in the missing girl's room. Right. So the culprit had checked piece of chocolate in that... Because the culprit had checked a piece of chocolate with that on it in the little tree. Furthermore, aside from the liar, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either. Hey, come on, to think of it. The lamps we found in Delicia's room were both broken. Let's be broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. We never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but we were thinking maybe it had Gusto's blood on at some point. Even whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a perfectly interesting place. So the killer knew to hide the blood somehow. And then we went into Frost's suspicion. And you were seriously suggesting the lie was used to do just that. I am. That's because the blood you saw was somehow applied to the liars that you hidden into this case. It's not like the fun water. The sculptors were needing more time to test properly. And so he waited for a chance to dispose of the liar undetected. Then, and the reason he's here today is 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and evidence pointing to his clone was taken away altogether. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both, would resurface one day. So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking into the bright and early to climb for his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, you finally admit it that you weren't responsible for the IS-7 incident. Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you that Simpson... Gusto. So I finally got caught, huh? All these years later. Nobody came close back then. Not even the big shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. Had to hand it to you. You admitted then that you murdered Artie Frost. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame. What do you mean by that? He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that no one else could win. When whoever one was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost? We had a deal. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you! Not all day on picking the ice for your pieces. Did you? Can you prove that, I suppose? What are you... Wait. You were planning on returning me from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for my final by myself. Like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with flavor either. So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts. Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I gave up everything to be the best, everything. Take pride in that. Something someone like you can never understand. You're right. I don't understand. You take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder, or that you abandoned your son. I would want to understand someone who could do such things. A man who can't afford to lie to other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. And in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Damn. Why would you think that? What exactly happened to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. According to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either. You don't care? You're horrible. So disappearance. So too went your chances of winning, correct? Yeah. Had to find another way of getting my hands on that book. It's an inspiration struck. Should have just skipped afternoon tea and slept into the Tengora's room. Should have been easy. All I had to do was photograph the formula and needed and get out of there. Then Frost showed up. Thought I might find you here. Some recipes from the famous cookbook, Choo. Frost. What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no. That's just too tragic. Confection of who can't taste anything. What will people say? You tell anybody else. Gah. You'll do what? Can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why, you. Frost shoved me hard when I went to punch him. Left me over clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been when my blood got on it. So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized how to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scrapped it off the bloody bits. I dissolved the salt shavings in some flavored ice mixture, brushed it all over to the heart. And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. So you said you had to kill him? Yeah, I guess I did. Why would I let him live? Do you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Guess that's all a case for self-defense, don't you think? So that was the impetus behind it all. Anyway, I just took the length across the room. Went straight there once I figured out how I was going to hide that bloody part. Inspired by all the ice sculpting tools lying about the place, I guess. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah. Figured I'd use the chip it off to grind it up. Once that was done, pinning the stuff all over the part was easy. But why Samson? What did you do to frame him? I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault. You and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and pots back in Stone Dream? There's only one reason I'll put the murder weapon in the room with another contestant. And that's to cast suspicion on that person. What? You should have framed me, Gutsy Pits? Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? As for the Tangora, he was the best, a true champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your will wasn't even real. You had no respect for the captain at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh, Betsy. How could you? And had you refrained from eating Tangora's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was wait until Tangora was judging your room. That's when I would sneak into the corpse and Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, found here found the bride had chance to retrieve it. I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all? Why indeed? Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Why Mr. Edgeworth need to freeze Frost's body? Let's put this here. Not the time of death, maybe? Because, like, if we find the body after tea, don't we think that it happened during or after, it happened after the tea party? I want to go time of death. Mr. Guston needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. They determined that the murder occurred during the afternoon tea. He would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo. Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time. So I set up his body in chest, Tangora's room, while everything got ready in Frost. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counted from gladness pharmacist showing and making the whole ship collapse. I don't get it though. Why discuss the body as an ice sculpture at all? The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing would have on the masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it at least until it had been fully frozen. How awful. Thus, using Mr. Frost's own work to help him cover up the truth on his own murder. Ironically, Tangora would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got out of his room. Only things hadn't gone to plan. He wouldn't have been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened was Samson. It was all because I found the body? Don't let him get inside your head, Judy. No, this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Felicia instead. She would have won the arrest. Either way, there was only one person to blame here, and that's Gusta. It didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor the body had vanished. So Mr. Von Karma had unwillingly placed Tangora under arrest in the absence of the body. I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen on wrapping things up. Still, you'd think you would have noticed something as big as that if you had taken a look at the few reports, right? Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. Admitting that it would spoil his perfect record, so he kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangora regardless. Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? Someone spent 18 years in prison because of you. Sticks and stones, girlie. Sticks and stones. What a jerk. I arrest you right now, pal. I'm afraid I cannot allow you to do that, detective. So you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. No idea, huh? I guess I better lay out for you. Give me a small break. I'm sorry, I need to do something. Gambit. No, you can't arrest me, huh? I killed Boss 18 years ago. Such limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. Do the math. You can't arrest me. You're gonna have to confess otherwise. That's right. Such limitations is like 15 years. Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth? Once the statute's expired, he can't be charged, so... But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that both of us must go to confession and your documents. Not to be struck from the record. And divorce conviction were made in place. But... We've only proven the police never had a responsibility in the possession. Even Mr. Gusto. Surely Tim Gorkin has been retrial based on that basis. Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the goddess judgment are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine. So the committee means this for the verdict 18 years ago. So the committee means that from the verdict for 18 years ago to stand no matter what. Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor. Must be something we can do. Something that makes go so down. Passage of time doesn't diminish what you did, Mr. Gusto. It diminishes one thing, though. You believe you can arrest me. Well, we can arrest you. But you're real good. I have you in the cusp before you even blink, pal. Mr. Edgeworth? This is an issue that isn't open to charges that make me have to be detective. You can't touch me. It's too late for that.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, that you may have not expired yet. This ought to be good. Alright, I got nothing to hide. Just something you want to ask it. Very well. Tell us what you've been doing and what you've been doing since the incident. Here, not long after the contest, I was able to carry my case sort of thanks to the form of that book. Not too long after that, once a Zing fought really buckled down and hold my craft. That explains a lot. Should I contact you after the fact? Guess you were long gone by then, huh? Could be. I laughed. Let's see. Around a year after the murder. Just before Tengor's last day in court. Phoning Zing was the best thing I ever did. Flavor design, I'm the full package now.
Objection!
And all the backs all the legends destroyed. What's an alma about you, accident? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor. Nothing. You're evil. Sticks and stones, girl. You can't arrest me, and that's all that matters. Anything question further on the statements you just made? I think I got them there. I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Zing if you wouldn't mind. Fine. So, this says right here. Should the suspect flee to a foreign country? Which means the statute of limitations should still have at least a decade of time on it.
Hold it!
Saying, huh? You were with it for a while, I imagine. Yeah. But some time after the mission had wrapped up. I've been meaning to go there and start the mission for a while. Thanks to my hard work put in. I learned another world plan. Whoa, it's amazing. You like it? It's yours. Really? Alright. She spent some time in Zing training.
Hold it!
The statute of limitations this year. Depending on your actions over the last 15 years. Yeah, okay. We did this one already.
Objection! Hold it!
Never seen me have Mr. Gusto. Nothing is impossible. Really? Come on, give it up. Your father couldn't catch me. So you think you can? You would have solved the whole case if it hadn't been punished up to him at every turn. And now, you're such a limitation just threatening into the truth of this case forever. Listen, Mr. Edgeworth, you can't give up. Not now. We're doing this for your dad, so we have to see it through to the end. Okay? The truth is right there for the taking. What kind of great piece are we if we don't get it for ourselves? I'm not a great piece, okay? But you're right. Carmelo Gusto, I won't allow you to make you off with the truth. Do your worst.
Hold it!
That was the only reason, because you knew your statute expired. Why else would I do it? Why would anybody? Not that I planned on ever coming out, of course. What was that? Because I'm finally the world's greatest confectioner. And pretty stuff like this only gets in the way of me in the craft. So you're more concerned about you and your rep than the fact that Simpson's still rotting in jail? I've seen some places to work in Modown. But you're just flat unforgivable. Who cares about forgiveness? I did what I did. I don't need you to understand any of it. Alright, Miles, it's official. I'm glad he is mad. And that doesn't happen often. You're not the only one. But don't worry. He won't get away from this. Not if I can help him. It's just an ordinary punch. He's got 18 years plus the time of being expunged. Think, Mr. Edgeworth. Must be some way for us to arrest him. The guy's probably watched a few legal dramas before, but he's no lawyer. Not like you and me. There's gotta be some loophole somewhere we can use. There's just gotta. He's right. She was just an aimed attorney, that's all. You went to the thing, call you said.
Objection!
The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country, which means that the time you spent abroad doesn't count toward the total time under the statute. No way! It's like someone hit pause while using Zengfa. It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet. That'll depend on how long you stayed in Zengfa, Mr. Gusto. It was 3 years exactly. 3 years? Hold on. Not doing the math. The murder happened 18 years ago, back... Statues from 3 years overseas. 16 plus 3 makes... exactly 18! Jeez, no way! Good work, you did it! The statue's inspired after all. Bingo. 18 years exactly. Glad you worked it out for yourselves. He's just been treating this long the whole time. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? Can't arrest him. We can arrest him now. Hate to break it to you, little sis, but I had someone down at the end of December. It's April now, which means, surely speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Scott's murder. Gusto stands in probably less than 3 years in the nose. It's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough. But, what did I tell you? You can't touch me. It's a minute. You heard the board well when we made this confession. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. Only the statute has been suspended for another year. Those who would overturn the goddess' judgment must be willing to pay the price, should they fail. You, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. Must be something I can do. I knew it. The wall can't bring Mr. Gus to the justice, then. Jude, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's no need to go adding to your rep sheet just yet. We're not done here. Far from it. Because there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Mazrina, pep talk. You do think back to everything we know about the case. Just as when people think that you yourself were relatively wrongly about. Which is, he wasn't there for Simpson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict came down to that day is. Which means there's still one way left for us. Back up on your statues for dummies and then take another look. 17 years ago, they did a number on Simpson prints and looked a pretty little picture. Till the end of their trial. So that adds another year. Well, if we make good use of that verdict now, we make us to pay from full for it is done. And are you? Those who would overturn the goddess' judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Simpson's my client, Miles. I can't bring myself to use the source of this cane as a weapon in this fight. So whether we pay our last part or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Bringing Mr. Gus to the justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that heartfelt trial. So, should I raise the objection and play that card or not? Yes! My father, Mr. Von Karma, once delivered the truth and other the Hyatt. I know which path I should choose to follow. unless you reveal the truth. This court has reached its final verdict. The court regulars state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty in all counts.
Objection!
No, Your Honor. Mr. Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call his arrest? I do. Now to show you, Gavelle, that something has proves that statute of limitations hasn't yet expired.
Take that!
No? Maybe it's this. December 24th. Years ago. What am I looking for here?
Take that!
Fuck. I didn't want to touch that. Skip, please. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Well, he was convicted. And the case took a year, so wouldn't it be this?
Take that!
Very well, is there a particular page of the ISM case you find the user refer to? I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, since the conviction is an accomplice. It took around 1 year for his indictment for that verdict to be reached. Yes, this seemed to be the case. The book you gave us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitation for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended the suspect flees the country, and the other states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of the trial. But what? Pangoro was convicted as an accomplice? Yep. Guess you weren't saying foul when that fact came down. Simpson was convicted as an accomplice, not the main perpetrator. Which is clearly news for you. Not good news either, am I right? But how can that be? Pangoro wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it. Well, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasant twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will give everything set him free. Spent 3 years in Zingpa. When your accomplice Simpson Pangoro was on trial for 1 year, it means you can still be charged with his process murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, system limitations hasn't expired at all. The Goddess judgment is infallible, but that as her servant appears is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case was erred. Unbelievably, we have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No. How could this?
Objection!
We were supposed to be able to... 18 years. It's a long time to let somebody else for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto. And a moment too soon. But I'm finally the greatest. My violence has been recognized. I gave up everything for this. Everything, even my son. More's to the pity. We can't run from the law forever. The bills come due at last. Alright. Holy shit. Mr. Gus was all set for a trip downtown, sir. Oh, good. Which means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. Judes, I'm so sorry, everybody. Caused you so much trouble. But, thank you. Thank you for helping bring me justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Earthbound. Those actions were one of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return. On behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself. For it all. Starting with those sculptures. Hey, Jude. I think maybe you might want me to represent you. I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. There's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Sorry, ma'am. You gotta come with me now. Of course. Judge Gavelle, what did you lie to us? Why? What are you talking about? You implied that there was no case for a retrial. That was proven. That wasn't true. Really, anyone could have committed the scene justice done when called one as soon as the body was found. I'm no obligation to answer such questions. And you clearly have no intention of doing so either. Truly, you're proving to be quite a threat to the committee of prosecutorial excellence. As such, you give me a little choice but to report back to your discussions. Not that you'll be called to appear before the committee in due course. No, I must be on my way. What the heck? And after you caught the real killer and everything? Isn't that what Prosecutor supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I'll never forget what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job! My job is to bring the truth to the light, Mr. Winter. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person. I don't get it. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner. It's going way over my head. I'm going home. What was that all about? You still has a lot to learn is all. Halsey Wheelsy. Yes? Just wanted to say old Reggie Pegley would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. That end. Thanks for helping poor Sammy Poo-Poo. Of course. Hey, Edgy, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I'm not busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Birdie go? Wow, you really weren't paying attention, were you? So I'll have to admit it. Our sketches did come through us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him that. Quit up the glaring, will ya? Alright, dude, I'm sorry. Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. You totally were. You're just like your pop. He was a terrible liar, too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. Need to fill something in when I went down to bed. You wanna come with? Yes, of course. Great, then I'm coming too. So what's Nagora like? Can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he couldn't help but make all the sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. That's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganzas linked for prisoners and guards alike. Really? That sounds awesome. Think there'll be any left for us to try? Let me find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day. They've been some of Mr. Tokora's baked goods. Sammy, what are you doing here? Heard you are coming to see Mr. Tangora, so I volunteered to escort him. Hello, new friends. I'm Citizen Tangora. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday. It's very nice to meet you both. Miles, here's Greg, your son. That's so. Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. But in the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangora. Defender has explained everything to me. Sure did. I'm here to tell you the truth about what happened 10 years ago. The truth? Judy did all that for me. She has a kid wrecked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, that Judy. I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Mr. Nagora. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between you so strong for all these years, after all. You think so? It's better show him. Which piece of evidence is proof of the bond between Mr. Nagora and the bond Mr. Nagora and Miss Bound share? The bond? Oh, she used to always make chocolates for him. Whenever?
Take that!
The chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did. They were super delicious and sweet. Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy. But they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. We should only hand them to you. Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later. It should be a clear breach of prison policy. I thought I had the authority to stop him now anyways. Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Really, pal? I still do him a lot. It's my role model. You don't say. Seems fatal to bring people all together, huh? Hang in there, Samson. Just a little longer. Should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I'll be sure to wait 18 years to get to justice. Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather, thank you. Yep, truly. Samson. Well, this is my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. Better make sure there's something delicious on the billet table before she finally wakes through the door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Give it to me, big guy. The accident incident. It's been 18 long years. But the case was inherited from my father is finally coming to a close. Hey, Miles. Thank you for today. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all. Simply made the call that felt right to me. Huh? What are you guys talking about? You know how Simpson was wrongfully convicted? We had to pretend like he wasn't in order to convict Nagasta. To use his false conviction against him, even to save him. As his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I guess I could see that. But now that Gus is behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, I'm sure you will. Wait a minute. Does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gus would have got away scot-free? Yep. So we folks in the truth have to call a legal contradiction. The law is fucking perfect. So things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah. But you never know. These might change. The law's always evolving, just like us humans. Uncle Eddie and Mazrino included, am I right? Potential for growth and change. And people in the law, huh? So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor? Or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. I forgot where I left off. Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. Only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. On that note, it's time for me to make a skedaddle. Probably a big time, and I always repay my debts. So, but for now, thanks again for today. I mean it. Did he seem kind of in a hurry to get out of here for you? He did. Honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a big debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my own father's final case. I was a boy. All I ever dreamed was becoming an attorney like my father. Then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I was the prosecutor instead. Eventually, I helped with some good friends, and my own voice in the new way to live. But now my praise of prosecutor is being at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for putting in so late. It have taken 18 years. We finally put out a position to prove Simpson's innocence. All thanks to your boy Miles. I didn't know without him. Should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. I was watching you. Look, I know I'm not happy to know you were, but those guiding principles you would try to instill in me, I like to think that I'm embodying them now as I carry in your legacy. Here's hope. Yeah, boy, we'll be joining me in that soon. I'm going to fight crime as a prosecutor, or help you as an attorney. What is the right answer? What path should I choose? The end. 2 more cases. A turnabout forsaken. Oh, with that, I'll be ending stream. I have no one to raid into, so well, no one to raid with, so I'll be ending stream. With that, thank you all, and I hope you all have a good one for anyone watching this. Ta-ta, and see you next time. Next stream on the board should be Mega Man Star Force 3. Have a good one.